Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I look so much older than I feel inside? What if the reason isn't time, but a few subtle habits quietly aging you? Today, we'll uncover 7 surprisingly ugly habits that could be stealing your spark, along with simple ways to reverse them, starting now. Today, let's have a friendly chat over a warm cup of tea about some habits that might be holding you back from looking and feeling as youthful as you truly are. As we settle in together, I want you to imagine us in a cozy living room where the conversation flows naturally, much like the gentle laughter shared among good friends. Over the next little while, we're going to explore 7 habits that, if left unchecked, can not only affect your appearance but also the way you feel inside. And don't worry, every habit we talk about comes with a simple, everyday remedy that you can easily weave into your life. Let's begin with habit number 1, neglecting personal grooming. It all starts with the basics, the small details of how we present ourselves to the world. You might not realize it, but neglecting personal grooming can have a surprising impact on how youthful you appear. I remember meeting Walter, a kind gentleman in his early 80s, who used to be known for his sharp, well-maintained look. Over time, however, he began to let little details slide. His hair grew wild, his nails weren't trimmed, and his once crisp shirt started to look worn out. It wasn't that Walter didn't care, life had gotten busy, and he found comfort in the familiar. But one day, as he passed by a mirror in a grocery store, he noticed something was off. The spark that used to light up his eyes had dimmed just a bit, and he realized that a few small changes could reignite his confidence. With a quick trip to the barber and a little adjustment to his wardrobe, Walter discovered that paying attention to self-care not only made him look fresher but also lifted his spirits. Research shows that when we feel good about our appearance, it naturally boosts our energy and mood, creating a positive feedback loop where care for yourself translates into a brighter outlook on life. Habit number 2, speaking too loudly or interrupting. Moving along, let's talk about how we communicate. Sometimes, we might not notice that our voice has become louder than we intend, or that we occasionally interrupt others during conversations. This isn't done on purpose, it's often a subtle sign of hearing changes that can come with age. Take George, for instance, a friendly fellow who loved nothing more than sharing stories with his friends. Over the years, his voice began to carry a bit more force than he realized, and he'd frequently jump in during conversations. At family gatherings, his loved ones started to pull back just a little, not because they didn't appreciate his company, but because the volume of his voice inadvertently made the dialogue feel more like a performance than a conversation. Once George became aware of this, he decided to have his hearing checked and made a conscious effort to speak softer and listen more. The result was immediate, a more balanced conversation where everyone felt heard. Isn't it interesting how adjusting the way we speak can transform our interactions? If you ever notice that people lean in or smile when you lower your tone, that's a subtle hint that a softer, more measured voice can work wonders. Habit number 3, wearing clothes that age you. Now, let's consider our wardrobe. Clothing is more than just fabric, it's a way we express who we are without saying a word. Many of us hold on to styles that have comfort and familiarity, but sometimes those very clothes can start to age us more than we intend. Harold, a dapper gentleman well into his 80s, had always taken pride in his sense of style. Over time, though, he began wearing the same loose, outdated outfits, believing comfort was the only thing that mattered. One day, spurred by a casual suggestion from a friend, Harold tried on a well-fitted blazer and a crisp shirt. Instantly, he noticed that his entire posture changed and he felt more confident. Research indicates that when we wear clothes that fit well and reflect our personality, we naturally exude a youthful vibrancy. It's not about chasing the latest trends, but about choosing pieces that make you feel alive and positive. So, if you haven't updated your wardrobe in a while, perhaps it's time to take a leisurely stroll through a favorite boutique or even ask a friend for some fashion advice. You might be surprised how a few fresh choices can lift your overall appearance and spirit. Have you ever held on to an outfit just because it's comfortable, even though it makes you feel invisible? Let me know in the comments if fashion ever changed your mood. It might inspire someone else to try. We're almost halfway through. Have you spotted a habit you relate to yet? The next few might surprise you even more. Habit number 4. Constant complaining. In our journey of self-improvement, it's also important to address the habit of excessive complaining. It's all too easy to fall into the trap of focusing on what isn't going right, the technology that seems to get smarter by the day, the way things used to be better in the old days, or even the little inconveniences that pop up daily. Roger, a gentle soul with an infectious smile, once found himself mired in a cycle of constant grumbling. At family dinners, his comments would often pivot around how things were in his youth, contrasting sharply with the present. Initially, his relatives tried to humor him, but gradually they began to withdraw from conversations, feeling the weight of his constant negativity. One evening, his grandson, with a sincere yet gentle tone, asked if Roger had noticed the beauty in the small moments around him. That question sparked a turning point. Slowly, Roger began to shift his focus from what was lacking to what was abundant in his life: the warmth of the morning sun, the laughter of a friend, the quiet comfort of a familiar melody. Studies show that expressing gratitude and balancing out occasional complaints with moments of genuine appreciation can not only uplift your mood but also enhance your overall well-being. So, the next time you catch yourself lamenting, try to pause and reflect on something positive. It might just transform the energy in your conversations and brighten your day. If you've ever caught yourself spiraling into complaints, big or small, type "reset" in the comments. Let's shift the energy together. Habit number 5. Poor posture and closed body language. Another subtle yet powerful habit is the way we carry ourselves, our posture and body language. Over the years, it's natural for us to adopt a more closed or slouched posture, perhaps out of habit or the simple discomfort of aging. Anna, a spirited woman in her early 80s, was known for her sharp mind and warm heart, yet she began to notice that her friends and even strangers treated her as if she were more fragile than she truly was. The culprit? A slight, unnoticed slouch that gave the impression of timidity and vulnerability. Determined to change this, Anna started working on her posture, envisioning a gentle line of light drawing her head upward each time she stood. She consciously practiced walking with her chest slightly lifted and her shoulders back. The difference was remarkable. Not only did she appear more confident and vibrant, but she also felt more energized and positive throughout the day. According to research, good posture can actually influence how others perceive you, making you appear more active and youthful. So, next time you feel the weight of the day, take a moment to straighten your back and imagine that gentle pull upward. It might just refresh your entire outlook. Habit number 6. Overlooking personal hygiene. We can't talk about these habits without addressing something that might feel a bit awkward to discuss: personal odor and bad breath. It's one of those topics that many of us might shy away from, yet it's so important to consider because it affects how we interact socially. Frank, a lively gentleman who loved hosting gatherings, began to notice that his once close-knit circle was gradually keeping a little too much distance. At first, he couldn't quite put his finger on what was different until a concerned friend mentioned that he might want to check his hygiene routine. It turned out that a few simple changes: drinking more water, masticating sugar-free gum to stimulate saliva, and refreshing his deodorant, made a world of difference. Studies have shown that as we age, our bodies undergo changes that can lead to dry mouth and subtle shifts in body odor. By paying a bit more attention to these signals and making adjustments, you can ensure that your natural scent remains fresh and inviting. Imagine stepping into a room and immediately feeling that familiar, comforting warmth of a friend's presence. That's the kind of effect a little extra care can create. Before we move on to the last habit, I'd like to take a moment to invite you to share your thoughts. Have you noticed any of these habits in your own life, or perhaps in the lives of those around you? If this conversation has resonated with you, please consider leaving a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories and insights. And if you find these ideas helpful, remember to subscribe and give this video a like. Your support truly means the world, and it helps us continue these friendly chats that can make a difference. Habit number 7. A sedentary lifestyle. Now, let's discuss one more habit that many might overlook: the lack of regular physical activity. It's no secret that our bodies are designed to move, and as we get older, maintaining an active lifestyle becomes even more important. There was a time when many of us might have spent long hours in sedentary activities, whether reading a book in a favorite chair or enjoying a quiet afternoon watching television. However, a sedentary lifestyle can silently take its toll. For instance, consider the story of Evelyn, a spirited woman who always loved her garden but found herself increasingly reluctant to take long walks or engage in her usual hobbies. Over time, Evelyn noticed that her energy levels were dwindling and that she didn't quite feel the same spark she once did. After a gentle conversation with her doctor, who reminded her that even moderate exercise like a daily walk or light stretching could make a significant difference, Evelyn started incorporating short bouts of activity into her routine. And what happened? Gradually, she felt more vibrant, her movements became more fluid, and she even began to smile a little wider each day. Research consistently shows that seniors who engage in regular physical activity tend to have improved mobility, better mood, and even a boost in cognitive function. It's not about intense workouts or running marathons, it's about finding joy in movement, whether that means a leisurely stroll in the park, a bit of gentle yoga, or even dancing in your living room to your favorite tune. Think of it this way: every little bit of movement adds up to a more energetic and youthful you. And if you ever feel hesitant to start, just remember that it's perfectly fine to begin slowly. Allow yourself to ease into a routine that feels comfortable and enjoyable. The key is consistency and listening to your body, cherishing each step as a celebration of your enduring strength. It's remarkable to consider how these habits, while seemingly small, can have such a profound impact on our overall appearance and well-being. Each one, whether it's the way we take care of our appearance, the tone of our voice, the clothes we wear, the balance of our conversations, the way we carry ourselves, our personal hygiene, or our activity level, contributes to a larger picture of who we are and how we feel each day. When we make conscious, gentle changes in these areas, we're not just altering the way the world sees us, we're also nurturing our inner vitality. I want you to know that these changes don't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. Life is a journey, and every step, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. It's all about the little adjustments that, over time, create a noticeable transformation, not just in how others perceive us, but in how we perceive ourselves. Have you ever experienced a moment when a simple change, like standing a bit taller or choosing a brighter outfit, made you feel like a brand new person? It's in these moments that we truly understand the power of self-care and the beauty of change. Let's take a moment now to reflect on what we've talked about. Imagine looking in the mirror and seeing a version of yourself that radiates confidence, warmth, and a timeless vitality. Picture yourself engaging in conversations with a gentle tone, dressed in a way that makes you feel both comfortable and stylish, and moving with an ease that comes from a balanced body and mind. This isn't a dream, it's a possibility that lies just a few small habits away. And as you journey toward this renewed sense of self, remember that every change, no matter how minor it may seem, is a step toward a more vibrant and youthful life. I'd like to invite you once again to join this conversation. If you've tried making any of these changes, or if you have your own tips on how to stay youthful and full of life, please share your thoughts in the comments. Your experiences not only inspire others but also remind us all that we're never too old to embrace change and continue growing. And while you're at it, consider giving this video a like if you found it helpful, and share it with a friend who might appreciate these insights. It's amazing how a simple act of sharing can create a ripple effect of positivity and motivation. Throughout our lives, we often focus on the big milestones and grand achievements, but sometimes it's the small, everyday habits that hold the greatest power. Whether it's taking the time to comb your hair neatly, speaking with warmth and calm, choosing an outfit that reflects your inner joy, or simply moving a little more each day, these are the habits that shape our day-to-day existence. In fact, research shows that seniors who actively manage these aspects of their lives are not only seen as more youthful but also enjoy better overall health and a stronger sense of well-being. It's a gentle reminder that self-care is an ongoing conversation with yourself, a dialogue that, when nurtured with care and consistency, blossoms into a life full of renewed energy and confidence. Sometimes, the hardest part is simply recognizing that we have habits that might be holding us back. But the beauty of life is that it's never too late to make a change. Think about the difference between yesterday and today. Every sunrise brings a fresh opportunity to be a little kinder to yourself and a little more intentional in how you present yourself to the world. When you start to see these changes, it's as if the world around you responds in kind. Friends might smile more, conversations might flow more freely, and even your own inner dialogue becomes gentler and more encouraging. It's also important to remember that these habits are not a reflection of who you are at your core. They are simply small adjustments in the way you interact with the world. They don't define your wisdom, your experience, or your capacity for love and connection. In many ways, the stories we share about these changes are as much about our journey as they are about the habits themselves. They remind us that every day is an opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to rediscover the aspects of life that make us feel truly alive. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with one final thought. Our appearance and the way we carry ourselves might catch the attention of others, but it is the warmth, kindness, and authenticity in our hearts that truly leave a lasting impression. The journey to looking and feeling younger is not about trying to turn back the clock, it's about embracing every moment, cherishing the small victories, and allowing your inner light to shine through in every gesture, every word, and every step you take. What's one small change you'll try this week? Share it below. You never know who you'll inspire. Thank you for spending this time with me, reflecting on these habits and considering how small changes can lead to a more vibrant, youthful life. If any part of this conversation resonated with you, or if you have your own story to share about overcoming an old habit, please do leave a comment. I'd love to hear about your experiences and insights. And remember, if you enjoyed this chat, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share this video with a friend who might also benefit from a little friendly advice. As we conclude today's discussion, I hope you walk away feeling empowered and inspired. Every habit we adjust, every positive change we embrace, is a testament to our resilience and our unyielding desire to live life to its fullest, at every age. Here's to feeling confident, youthful, and full of life. Until next time, take care of yourself, cherish every moment, and keep shining your beautiful light. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts and stories in the comments. Stay well, stay vibrant, and remember that a little change can make a big difference in how you look and feel.